Cam Fam, I'm Shania.
I'm Chase.
And this is Cambus News. Now, on to the news. So, we have had a couple of instances where people aren't answering the radio when the dispatcher talks to you. So, please be sure to always check your radio when you start your shift. Doesn't matter if it's an A or F shift, anywhere in between, make sure you check that volume. Also, always be on the lookout for your route name being called or your bus number if the barn is trying to contact you. It's really important that they be able to contact you en route, so always be listening for your radio. If you go into the dispatch area and you look at the sign-up sheets for the football shuttles, you might notice a few spots are still open. Just as a reminder, you get paid time and a half for those football shuttle shifts. Also, you get a free ticket into the game. It's a very easy shift, so sign on those shifts. In-game drivers don't get a ticket to the game, but they do get a differential, so I think they get a little bit more on their paycheck. So think about it. It's a good shift, good pay. Sign them on.
All right, Cam Fam. So now that Clinton Street is done and there's bike lanes, there's going to be a lot more bikes driving around. What you should be looking out for is bikes acting like vehicles by driving on the road and then acting like pedestrians driving on the sidewalk. And they tend to go back and forth between a vehicle and pedestrian. So for instance, if there's a red light and then there's a crosswalk that shows that they can go, they will go from the street to the crosswalk. The main point is just to be careful and to watch out for bicycles. On a similar note, there's mopeds, lots of them downtown, and they like to wave in and out of cars, especially when it's not safe. Also, on Clinton Street, there's moped parking, and sometimes they will park with their mopeds in the middle of the street. So just leave plenty of room and be careful with mopeds.
Anytime that you see a moped driving behind you, make sure to look in your mirrors a little bit extra because they, like Chase said, weave in and out. So expect the unexpected. So now that the students are all back, we have a lot of new and doe-eyed freshmen walking around downtown. If you think about it this way, a lot of the freshmen coming in are either from rural parts of Iowa or suburbs of Illinois, so they don't really know how to be a pedestrian. They're used to driving everywhere. So please don't expect them to wait for you or to walk when they're supposed to walk. Always be on the lookout, always be ready to stop, because they oftentimes don't know how to be a pedestrian respectfully and courteously. They just know how to walk. Also on that note, if you are turning into a crosswalk, you need to make sure that it's completely clear before you start your turn. So if they are coming from the right side, you can start turning once they get halfway through. If they're coming from the left side of the crosswalk, you need to wait until they're completely out of the crosswalk before you start turning your wheel. This is just because of safety. If somebody were to rear end you and your wheel were turned, you could hit that pedestrian. So we just want you to be safe. We don't want anyone to die. So please be cautious and courteous. If you walk past the dispatch station and you're like, those guys are pretty cool, then you're in luck, and applications for dispatchers are open until September 9th at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in applying for a dispatch position, you can go on SharePoint or you can ask for an application from your, hopefully, fellow dispatchers. Now we're going to go to a dispatcher who's going to give you a little bit of an explanation on what their duties are.
What's up, Cam Fam? If you're wondering what a dispatcher does all day because you're thinking about applying, it's pretty simple. We've got three main jobs. We monitor all the routes in service. We make sure drivers are here for their shifts, and we interact with the public. So we answer phone calls. We do all the bar rides. We're looking at synchromatics to make sure you're not making wrong turns on Research Park, and we're making sure that when you're late, we're calling you 1,000 times before we A1 your shift for you. So those are the three main things that dispatchers do, along with making jokes about everyone. So make sure to apply by September 9th. That's 1 week from this Monday, so next Monday, September 9th.
We all know that dispatchers are the glue of Cambus.
Yeah.
So if you want to be an adhesive, apply for dispatcher. Applications are due September 9th, 5 p.m.
I live sitting back on the
If you walk...
I burped and it smells terrible. I blew it that way, but it still may creep over.
Okay. Well, I was going to just say, what's underneath your shirt?
Dang it, you noticed.
I noticed over there, and I was like, oh no.
I was gonna have a mustache and this.
I like noticed over there. I was like, did Chase just gain a lot of weight all of a sudden?